I'm wearing Calvin Klein collection, of course. We looked at a couple of suits, I went in and looked at the collection, and I don't know, I just liked this. It felt sort of young and fun and easy. We got in last night into Milan and had a lovely time. I've been working with the people from Calvin Klein for a while now and made some friends there. So we went out and had a nice meal, and now looking forward to seeing the show. It was really sort of an honor and sort of a little bit of a surreal moment when they asked me to do this. I had always been a huge fan and worn Calvin Klein cologne my whole life. And when I was a kid, I used to rip pictures out of magazines and put them on my bedroom wall. And I had a lot of the Calvin Klein cologne advertisements and stuff, particularly for CK1 on my wall. And so, to cut to 20 years later and be asked to be the face of Reveal, their newest fragrance, is just really an honor and flattering and sort of exciting. And I mean, the whole experience of working in the fashion business is, or the little that I've had of that experience is sort of what everyone imagines the film business is. Everyone thinks the film business is very glamorous and sort of sexy and fun, and it's not like that at all. You go out and work, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. I've been shooting recently a lot in the desert, wearing leather jackets. You just sweat all day and dusty and grimy and disgusting, and it's just not glamorous at all. But the fashion industry really is, it's sort of fun and sexy, and we had a good time. It just is, it's sort of, I found it's everything that you would think it would be, but very rarely things match up to your expectation. It's very masculine, but it's also young, sort of oaky, there's a real earthiness to it. I feel like it's a very centering and sort of grounding fragrance that I like. I mean, it was sad. It was a huge part of my life for the last 7 years, and I loved it. It was the greatest creative experience of my life so far, and so it was really sad to say goodbye to the show. But I feel like we went out on a high and we sort of achieved what we'd wanted to and told the story to its natural conclusion. And I think one of the potential pitfalls in television is if you have a successful show and it's generating a lot of money, which ours was, it's the most successful show in America on basic cable, people just want to keep going and keep going and keep generating that money way past the point where the story had come to its natural conclusion. And so I feel like we ended at the right point. And it just felt like a great celebration, when we finished, more than anything else. But it was hard to say goodbye to the character. I've got a few things that I'm developing as a producer, because that's an area that's always interested me. But the next acting job I'm doing is I'm really excited. I'm going to play King Arthur with Guy Ritchie directing. So we're sort of reinventing that myth and retelling that story, and in a really exciting and fresh way. So we start shooting that in about 6 weeks. So I've got to start training now. I got to get to the gym.
The collection is inspired by black and white movies, in the sense that in these movies you don't see the colors, you see different tones of gray, and from the lightest to the darkest. And so the collection has only one color in different tones, which is gray, which I think is also the quintessential Calvin Klein color. This was the beginning of the concept. Because of that, I wanted to create more texture in the collection, so that's why you have the leopard cheetah textures, like the imprint or embossed, and a lot of tweeds mixed together, and the vinyl. So there's a lot of different surfaces to create more variety within the same place. The silhouettes, there are some silhouettes in this collection that are very new from me, especially when it comes to the short outerwear pieces, the aviator and bomber pieces, because they're very cropped, a little more than usual, and worn with high-waisted pants. So it's kind of giving a new silhouette that it's very full at the top and very skinny at the bottom, which emphasizes the body, the male body. I never did it like this, and I thought it was new and very masculine. It's always like a very American-looking, masculine guys that are strong, that project masculinity, confidence, and beauty. I think people want to identify with these guys and say, oh, I want to look like that. Charlie Hunnam is perfect for us because he's great looking, very masculine, and but at the same time he's very sophisticated and elegant.